Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dimitri. Today we're gonna be creating a function in Python. We're going to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I already have the formula here. So let's start by defining a function. So this is the way you define the function in Python. So you have to create a name. So in this case, let's just call this Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's going to be my function, and then I have to kind of either have arguments or none. So in this case, you got to think about it. So you need to convert a number to another number, right? So let's say you want to convert 32 Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you actually have to pass something. That's going to be my value here. I'm going to call that value T as a temperature. And then what I'm going to do is I have to indent this, because this is Python and we need to indent in order to create this function. And we're going to create another variable. Let's just call this f to c to represent the change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I'm going to have this formula here. So whatever I type here on Fahrenheit, I need to apply this function, all right? So the last step is I have to return something. So I'm gonna tell Python to return my f to c. That's pretty much the whole logic. So very important here, I have to type the colon, and that's pretty much it. So this is going to be the function that is going to change my Fahrenheit to Celsius. All right, let's just come over here and let's pretend that we are in another app, another application, another program. Let's just call it whatever you want. And we need to call this function. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually try to ask the user what's the temperature. The user or a system, let's just pretend that we're asking a user what's the temperature. So I'm going to say, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So that's going to be the question. So I would like to have this temperature as my T, right? That will be the idea. So I actually have to have a number here. I want the user to type a number, and then I'm going to convert this by using this formula. So next step is I'm going to create another variable. Let's just call it Celsius temperature, and that's going to apply my real function. So my function is this one over here. So I'm going to say, okay, I need to apply this function and I need to pass a temperature, right? So I need to pass my temperature, but that temperature is going to be represented by the input that the user had here. So it'll be a good idea to create another variable here so we can use it here, and it'll be a better way. So let's just call this f to c temperature. I'm pretty sure you guys can name these variables in a better way. Okay, let's just call this, okay, I typed a different one, so f to c temperature. So I'm passing my temperature here, which is going to be my T, okay? And then what I need to do is I need to print my Celsius temperature. So I'm going to print my Celsius temperature. Okay, so we still need to do something else, but let's just hit Control F5 and let's see what's going on. So Control F5, and it's asking me what is the temperature in Fahrenheit. So if I say 32, which is going to be 0, is gonna show me an error here. It says unsupported operand types for string and integer. So the problem is that this input is reading this as a string, so I need to convert this to integer. Okay, so we could do something like this: integer, and that's pretty much going to convert whatever I have inside to an integer. And now that this is an integer, it can be read here. So if I hit Ctrl F5 again, and it's gonna ask me for the temperature. Let's just type 32 again, and it's gonna give me the result here. So that's one option. The other option is you can type eval or eval, and that's going to kind of evaluate whatever is inside here, and it's gonna tell you, okay, this is an integer. So if I run this again, Ctrl F5, it's going to ask me for the temperature. Let's try with 32 again, and it's going to be 0. Okay, so perfect. All right, you can also add something here like a message. So let's pretend we're going to print the message: this is the temperature in Celsius, and then comma, and then you're gonna have the Celsius temperature variable here. Let's just hit Ctrl F5, and let's see, we're gonna have 32. Okay, let's see what is 200 in Fahrenheit. I want to convert 200 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Enter. So it's going to be 93.3 Celsius, and then I have the message here. So it's pretty much working. So this is basically the way that you guys can work with this. You define the function, and then you kind of use the function somewhere else. In this case, I wanted to have an input from the user just to make it more realistic. And I hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you in the next video.